ever dreamed of quitting your job and living the life you've always wanted?
Treat life like an adventure. Get that spirit back you had when you were a kid.
Join me, Savannah Jane Buffett, as I meet Neal Christensen, a surfer who left a successful career in San Diego to pursue his true passion, creating a school in the jungle-like region of Bocas del Toro, Panama, to educate local indigenous children.
I'd always known that living a normal life was not me.
Do your friends think you're crazy for living down here?
Yeah, my friends have always thought I'm crazy with everything I've done. It opens the door to new waves and new adventures.
Bocas del Toro, Panama, to meet Neal Christensen, who's originally from New Jersey but now lives as an expat down here in this jungle-like archipelago in the Caribbean Sea. Neal came here to surf its world-class waves, but his true passion lies in setting up a school for the indigenous children of Bocas. We're heading over to Neal's house to pick him up by boat because that's really the only way to get around in these parts. Neal.
Hello!
It's nice to finally meet you. All right, look at that.
There you go.
This is the only way to get around here?
Only way to get around, which is awesome because when we do preschool run, this is the school boat.
Because there is no school bus.
There is no school bus. There aren't any roads on these islands. Right now, this is where I stay, but we're gonna hop in and go around the bay and pick up the children for preschool.
This is the coolest school bus I've ever seen.
Uh-huh. Vámonos. My name's Neal Christensen. I'm from New Jersey, and I started Give and Surf, a nonprofit organization. The mission of Give and Surf is to empower the community of Bahia Honda through educational and community development.
So obviously you have some help now. You have volunteers. You're
Yes.
no longer a one-man show.
As you can see, we have volunteers coming and going throughout the year. This is
Savannah.
Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey. Nice to meet you.
I named the organization Give and Surf because when you go to these surf destinations like Bocas del Toro, there's people living in what is seemingly a beautiful surf destination that need help and support. So why should you go surf in these places and not help out? The community that I work in is just a small indigenous community of Nobe Indians.
And every morning you pick the children up for school?
Yep.
Or?
Every morning we have preschool just because up until a year ago when we started the preschool, they are staying in their homes. The concept of their youngest children, 3 to 5-year-olds, going to school didn't even exist. So it's really introducing that educating children at a very young age, which we take for granted in the States, is important.
And before you came here, were you a teacher? Was that what you did? Or?
Oh no. I've always loved kids, but I was selling medical devices. I learned everything on the fly here. Spanish, teaching, the community, everything. Kelsey, if you could open up the school, get it ready.
So this is Omar?
Omar.
Hello.
Come on, How are you?
Good.
How are you?
Are we ready for school, kids? All right. This is the first time I've been to school in a while, Neal.
All right, here we are.
How is education based in, this community, in this country? Is it free?
It's a small charge per family, just for their uniforms and supplies and stuff like that.
Right.
And some families do have trouble paying such a minimal fee.
Just to even send their kids to basic
Exactly.
school.
Hola! Hello! Yantoro! So Yantoro is hello in their indigenous language, Nobere.
Yantoro.
Yantoro! Me personally, I don't have any background with education or teaching, but I've always had an affection for kids. No, dices, how are you?
How are you?
Más alto.
How are you? Very good!
Very good. Muy bien. Muy bien. I've witnessed so many changes within the children and how they're growing, how their personalities are developing. Y aquí, Dolphin. ¿Y qué color en inglés?
Blue.
Blue. So they really have personalities now. And it's nice to know that I think the organization has contributed to bringing that out in them. You know what? Let's check out the first project that I started, and we can talk about how it all started and why here. So we're headed to the first project that I started with my best friend Jack. He took some time off from work to come help me out, and then my girlfriend at the time.
Neal came up with a plan to go to Panama, and I was like, I have nothing else planned right now, and I think it sounds like a good opportunity to go try something new and see if we can do some good.
We decided to build a playground for a number of reasons. First and foremost, is kids love to play, and they didn't have an environment to play in for the community. So here we are.
This is awesome. Well, let's take a seat over here by the swings, and I want to hear more.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up here, but
How did you end up here?
I grew up in New Jersey. I was a beach kid always, so that's obviously a reason why I always end up near the water. And I think shortly after graduating college, I was selling medical devices. I'd always known in the back of my mind that selling medical devices, living a normal life, was not me. But I was living in San Diego. I was living the most comfortable, perfect life.
And you're a surfer, so that's obviously a great place to live if you're
Exactly.
surfing.
I was very successful in San Diego, doing well for myself financially, but it left me unfulfilled. At the end of the day, I want to be passionate about what I do.
We were out in San Diego, and I was working on boats, and I'd come in, and I'd see him, and I could just tell if something wasn't right with him. He just wasn't happy. He didn't feel complete, I don't think. At the time, it seemed like he wanted something more.
Eventually, I just said, you know what, I need to do something different. That turned into me wanting to quit my job and travel, and it was with my girlfriend at the time. And then from there, we said, we want to travel and volunteer because we want to really experience cultures.
Right.
And at the time, because I wasn't happy with my job, I thought, if I'm going to travel and volunteer, and those are the things I'm passionate about, I should create my own nonprofit. So I started looking into my opportunities, and I obviously wanted to do it in a place that has surfing. So I said, you know what, I'm going to move to Panama.
He didn't phrase it as he was moving to Panama. Neal wanted to leave his job, and our reaction was, where will this lead? I did not believe that this would be a stopping point for him.
Kind of an astonishing thing if you think about it. Just this kid says, okay, I'm going to Panama. What? When he first told me about it, I said this, but come on, Neal, you gotta be kidding me. When you reflect back on what my life was like when I was 25 years old, the idea of pursuing your passion was not on my list of things to do. My list of things to do was to, go in the Army, get out of the Army, go to law school, raise a family, and the typical, traditional, pedestrian American dream.
I came down here convicted like no other. I just had a will and a desire to create something that was me. I've always loved showing people a good time. So I thought I could do a combination of that, create programs for children, and then show interested volunteers, people that come here and visit me, a great time.
So speaking of a good time, it's been amazing seeing the program and what you've done here, but I'm kind of ready to go surfing. Can we do that?
It's not all work here, it's a lot of play. So yeah, of course we can hit the waves.
All right, I'm ready to see a good time.
So we're gonna hop off, jump in the water, swim over there. It's just us out, so. It's such a liberating feeling coming down here and being free of what was reality and being free and becoming my own person. And it opens the door to new waves and new adventures. Oh yeah! This is why people come here.
This is why. I can understand now.
Thanks for taking me for a
Yeah,
surf.
heck yes. It's always nice to get in the water.
And the surfing, that's a big part of your organization too, right? When volunteers come down, they can do what
Yeah,
you just took me to do.
It definitely is. A lot of volunteers will come down never had surfed before, and I'll introduce them to a passion of mine. And it's very nice to see once in a while a few volunteers will get hooked and will be on the same ride for the rest of their life, like I was from a young age. It's really what's brought me around the world, exposed me to different cultures and experiences.
So settling down is not something that's even in your
No,
brain at this
no.
point. But you did come down here with a girlfriend, you said. Like, you built the playground with a girlfriend. That was the original plan?
That was, the original plan was we were supposed to both run the organization. But it's for the better that it's me down here and she's living a life she wants to live. Living in the jungle is not for everyone. There was a point in time we returned to San Diego and I had really put all this aside. I had committed to the relationship and said that's what's most important to me. I had more or less thrown the idea out after building the playground, after building relationships with the community, living here. So really leaving that all behind was unbearable. I tried to live back in normal society for 2 months, and then I more or less lost my mind and said that this was my dream, and I apologize for trying to make it a dream for the two of us. But I had to return, and she totally respected my decision. I mean, we had a great relationship, so it was difficult leaving that. All those memories, all those times spent together, but I had ended everything in the middle of its upswing. It was cut halfway through, and in such a critical time where things were developing and growing, and like I could see it in front of me, but it wasn't there yet, and I didn't have an end to the story. All right, let me take you upstairs. Inside, this is our biggest master suite bedroom. Over here, of course, we always have our coils to light at nighttime.
Which is probably where this also comes into play, right?
Exactly.
Any good jungle living is not complete without a mosquito net.
And then bathroom. Look at this tile work, come on.
That is actually lovely.
No hot water.
Oh, really?
So you got one option, and that's this guy.
One option, and that's cold. What's on your to-do list today? What's a morning in the life of Neal?
Is a logistics day. Run to town, internet time, gonna get my phone, gotta charge both, gotta answer emails.
You can't charge your phone here?
No. It's ridiculous, huh? I don't want people to get me wrong and think that every day is a dream. I constantly have frustrations and headaches. It's a very interesting area that I live in. It's an island archipelago, and there's only one island here that has roads that you can take a car on. So all access to the school, restaurants, go and use the internet. If I wanted to go into town and buy groceries, it's all done by boat. I mean, the utter beauty of this place is astounding. It's unbelievably beautiful. The beaches, the scenery, the landscapes, everything you see is beautiful. But that doesn't keep someone in a place. At the end of the day, I'm just doing something I enjoy. And what's keeping me here and why I want to do this is for the children.
You've been down here, how long have you been down here?
A year and a half.
Do your friends think you're crazy for living down here? I mean...
Yeah, my friends have always thought I'm crazy with everything I've done. I'm not a normal person, so this is fitting my personality. I love it here. I love being off the grid. Living in a place like this comes with a lot of sacrifices. I really had to sacrifice being comfortable physically. I had to sacrifice being around friends and family, and it was all in pursuit of this goal and dream I had. On top of that, I think the major thing is developing the organization I've created, because the world we live in is so internet-based, and staying connected and communicating with others, it's really hard for me to develop the organization through finding donors, corporate sponsorships. I mean, it's great that the local indigenous people here know about what I do, but the people that can make an impact on the community are from the outside. For me as a person, I love taking risks in order to get this done. And I like putting everything on the line, saying, okay, I'm gonna take my life and move here, and there's really only one option for me.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna look up until I've achieved, until I've gotten to a point
so
where...
I'm finally looking up now.
And now it seems a little... Now you're realizing that we, to go run an errand right now, we have to go in the rain. And
now it's frustrating.
How bad do you actually need to charge your cell phone right now?
Not too bad, but it's worth the trip. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. Ow, ow!
Yeah! Ahora estamos hablando.
All right. This is happening. Woo! All right, we're already wet. Can we just go swimming? Let's do it! Yeah! Oh, so much warmer! Ow!
Umbrella
All
time.
right, well, thanks for letting me change.
No worries, I'm still wet.
So, errand time, still raining.
Errand time.
So, is this like the main drag? Where are we?
Yeah, this is the main drag.
How often do you come to town?
I'd say twice a week.
Okay.
I definitely come on the weekends just to get out of the jungle, be around other people I can have a first world conversation with.
Is there sort of a bar party scene? Does it stay open that late?
Yeah, there's a party scene for anyone from 18 to late 30s.
Okay.
Ah, look at this.
Oh, it's everything. It's a liquor store, it's a food store.
Oh, that's squishy. Best pineapples in the world come from Panama. I'm definitely gonna buy as many healthy things as possible so my mom takes note. That's done.
All
We're
right.
headed this way.
What's next? What's next?
Next is using the internet.
Using the internet.
So we're headed towards the way back.
All right.
Internet zone, check it out. What up?
Whoa. We're back on the water again. So this is your office.
This is my office. This is
We
where
are on the water, literally.
Yes.
How often do you check your email? Every couple of days or?
I was in town over the weekend, so like 2 days ago.
Okay.
But typically it's every other day. The problem is when I do use it, it's literally to just answer emails and not really develop or promote or advertise anything.
So that's the next step potentially.
Yeah, is to be able to be in a place where I can use the internet, meet with people that can be influential to my programs
Right.
through financial support, and act more conventionally, because right now my whole approach to creating this organization was somewhat unconventional. Because the volunteer fees is really what's funding the projects at this point. Naively, I moved down here and I just threw every dollar I had in my bank account towards something I believed in. If I want to be able to develop and grow, I need to look past this subsistence level of having volunteers come down here. I need to find sponsorship corporation-wise, find new fundraising methods through events, grant writing, and connect with individuals that can help me in an influential, more profound financial way. All right, enough of this. Time to go back to the jungle. You guys all ready? Snorkel time, right?
Perfect weather for snorkeling.
Being loved, my life is carefree. I'm right where I wanna be. Play along and you will see that this song is all about me. It makes me happy to clap my hands. It makes me happy to say I can. Now you know wonderful me.
So this is a pretty good perk of being able to come down and volunteer in Panama. You get this part of it, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And I mean, what drew you to here? There's obvious reasons, but what made you choose to come down here to Panama and hang out with Neal?
I just wanted to do voluntary work and learn how to surf. So that was the place to be.
And what about you?
It was advertised through my university.
Okay.
And then it fit my major and everything I want to do.
Oh, so you're actually getting some credit for it as well while you're down here?
It's like going towards my internship.
Okay.
Like hours. Yeah, which is really nice.
And what's your study?
Community health. This definitely
Nice.
you get to see the aspects of the community and different like health things.
I mean, do you see yourselves being able to stay here as long as, like, what Neal's done, become this sort of expat and live down here full time and make it your life, or too tough?
I could imagine. Yeah.
Let's head back to the community. We'll pick up some of the kids and we'll end the day with the bank.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
Let's do it.
let's do it. All right, we've just entered my friend's tent lodge. It's called Palmer Tent Lodge.
It's very awesome.
Yes, it's right in front of Red Frog Beach. They just completed about a year ago, so this is where I come to hang out with friends, come to get a surf in. They have a little bar, so it's right up my alley because it's really chill. It's really close to the community that I work and live in. So here we are at Red Frog Beach.
Wow.
As you can see, oceanfront accommodations, beautiful beach.
Really
The
beautiful.
sun's about to set in a few hours. Occasionally I'll surf here. The waves can be good from time to time. And then just to give you some landmarks, around this first point is Wizards Beach, which is another beautiful beach that you could hike to. And then over here, there's great snorkeling at Polo Beach. So this is a good central point to check out all the beaches on the island of Bastamentos.
This kind of setting, the beach's sunset, kind of makes me want a cocktail.
Ooh,
How's that sound?
sounds refreshing.
We've been working all day.
Let's do this.
All right.
All right, here you go.
Yeah.
Rum and fruitiness.
Rum and fruitiness, my favorite. Well, cheers, Neal.
Salud.
Salud.
That's what the doctor ordered.
This is quite the setup, Neal.
Yeah, not bad.
No. What do you see for the future of your organization in terms of fundraising? What do you want to grow it to? I mean, what's your ideal goal for Give and Serve?
Yeah, I mean, my vision 6 months down the road is to continue probably living here and developing the organization grassroots-wise. And then down the road, I don't know what the future holds, but maybe down the road there'll be another area of the world that I can help out in the same way.
So potentially you'd like to get this to a place where it's able to operate on its own and then maybe try it somewhere else?
Exactly, yeah. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself, just live day by day and take it from there.
If there's someone were to follow in your footsteps, they felt like they had more to give, like you did, they had a calling, what would your advice be to them now that you've done it and you have some experience under your belt?
I would say if someone has something that they just can't stop thinking about, or in the bottom of their heart, they really want to do it, then you have to do it. Because you can't end your life without accomplishing something that you've dreamt about your whole life. For me personally, giving up on that dream would be too hard. You have to see it through.
Well, I can certainly drink to that, Neal.
So can I.
Salud.
Salud.
I think people can learn that you can get caught up in a lot of things, and it seems like such an ideal situation because everything's make this much money, get this stuff, and it's really easy to get caught up in that. But you gotta listen to your heart, I guess you could say. Seeing Neal and what he's done is inspirational. It's crazy what he's been able to accomplish, and basically just because he's put his head down, just not giving up the whole time.
Yeah, you reflect back on your life and you think about the times that, everybody has dreams and the things you put on the shelf and didn't do, and so I admire his courage. When you bring your child up to care about people and do things, and he says, "Dad, I've decided to, I want to do good," that's not a bad thing. I'm pleased, proud. Proud that he has the confidence and the wherewithal to do what he's doing.
Neal said, and he does repeatedly say it, there are 3 things in life you need, Mom. You have to have soul, you have to have spirit, and a little bit of adventure.
This town runs on rum and fish. I walked in and I was like,
We knew it.
this is it.
How long has the restaurant actually been open? Almost 4 years. This place is pretty cool, John.
This is Emma's garden. Belize has been farmed to the table since the very beginning. This is the only way that you can actually source. It's not a trend, it's what you have to do.
That is a big grouper. You had Libby here. She was born in Belize?
She really has no idea that she's not Mayan. She's known them since the day she was born.
When we were here about 2 months, we met a retired couple who had just moved down, and they were like, you mean we've worked another 25 years in Milwaukee, slaving at these jobs, and we could have been in paradise.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Are you serious? I'm sitting here with David Sally and Cause, and this is Artist Talk. Have you ever gotten into any legal problems?
Nothing that wasn't controllable.
You know, there's that fine line between creativity and just mania. I think if I wasn't a writer, I would be a neurotic, strange person that people would want to stay away from. It's like harnessing your OCD.
Harnessing my OCD. That's a genius.
Hey, I'm Joy Bryant, and I am a board sport enthusiast. I like to shred. And on my new show, Across the Board, I'm going to be shredding with the best of them.
Want to shred, yeah.
Yeah, I want to shred.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
My favorite friends, celebrities, athletes, artists. We're going to snowboard, we're going to surf, we're going to skateboard, we're going to have a great time. Well, we both came over, went over some hurdles, a little obstacles today.
Yeah.
You break through shyness, and me
breaking through that skateboard.
What?
Tom, how's it going,
Good,
dude?
how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
I don't know if you're gonna make it or not.
No, I mean, 5 a.m. is tough.
What do we got right there? Shark, I see him right there. Oh. All right, come on. This is the frisky one here. Yeah, be careful.
You know, you have a reputation of pissing people off. Like, your blog pisses people off.
It pisses people off. This face pisses people off, But, yeah, sometimes I get along.
Did your dad, was he on you constantly telling you how to do it since he was in the business?
My dad was such a dick, because he'll always tell me I suck, and then when he's in front of other people, he's like, that's my son. That's my son. He's real good.
Jim.
Only on YouTube.